Welcome to the live lead-in show here on Service Electric, just moments away from the official kickoff to the final weekend of Musikfest 2021. Jon Lunger, joined by Cassie Hilgert, CEO, President of Arts Quest. Cassie,
Good morning,
thank
John.
you so much for starting your morning with us on live TV.
Well, I want to thank Service Electric for doing this. This is such a huge deal, and we're so grateful.
And exclusive home of coverage of Musikfest since '84.
Always will be.
Been along with us the entire ride of the festival, but the festival hasn't started yet today.
No.
We start at noon.
Yep.
We got some polka sound checking behind us, but before we get into the brass tacks of it, I understand there's someone very special watching at home.
There's a big VIP, so let me shout out, hi, Mom!
That was the appropriate way to start an interview, I believe. So we've been talking a lot about all of the fun and festivities that are happening here at Musikfest this year. We've kind of barely scratched the surface on how this came to be, but you obviously have been working with the whole team at Arts Quest for about a year and a half to try to make this come together, but it has evolved over the last 5 months.
It evolved, and it happened so fast. I mean, if you would have asked me in March, were we going to have an in-person Musikfest, I don't think anyone on our staff or our boards thought we would. But thanks to our partnership with the city, especially the Department of Health, who we were in touch with all the time, when the changes came, suddenly there was a scramble. So we had to, in weeks, do what we would normally do in a year. Part of the reason we could do that was last year we asked people to identify as a super fan of Musikfest. We had over 300 people identify, and we had town halls with those folks on Zoom calls to help us walk through this, what it could look like, the 10 different iterations. So as things changed, we were able to change right along with it. So it was another great demonstration of the importance of the community to making Musikfest happen.
Absolutely. It was such a wonderful array of folks, from volunteers to sponsors to members to just fest goers, young and old, in those town halls way back in was it March?
It was March.
It was March that I think, that we held those. And it was incredible to hear the ideas, some of which you see in action this year at the festival, because we have no food and beverage tickets.
That's correct.
Yeah.
I mean, being able to talk to them and say, what is it you love the most about the festival? And we heard loud and clear, just rolling around with your mug and walking and seeing things was big. But the big suggestion was getting rid of the food and beverage tickets, which we'd wanted to do forever. But this was a particularly good time to rip that Band-Aid off. So with their help and encouragement, that's exactly what we did.
Another exciting thing that happened as a result of those meetings and planning, the main stage this year, we've had 11 shows, but 6 of them were offered at $15 prices, and 1 was completely free. And that was kind of, I understand, an evolution of those conversations.
Oh, that was a big part of the
planning.
Superfan idea, which was if we couldn't have a regular main stage, we thought it was going to be much smaller. What kind of acts should we put on there? And we were thinking it had to be in a socially distanced way, so that's why you're seeing the Wood Brothers and Jimmy Allen and Colin Hay. All of those were what we were planning for what might have been a different look to Musikfest. Once we could go fully in person, we thought, why not keep it? Because during this pandemic, everyone has been impacted, a lot of us financially. So we want to make sure we had free shows like we always do, but even at the Wind Creek stage, instead of just having your regular concert price, we wanted to acknowledge that and still make the price to get into some of these truly nationally touring acts affordable for everyone. So thanks to the superfans for that idea too.
Yeah, Preservation Hall Jazz Band was one of the bands that we had on that
goodness.
stage. You will never see them for $15.
Ever, anywhere, ever.
Yeah, but it happened here at Musikfest this year. And actually, my favorite show at the festival this year was a complete surprise, and I think it speaks to the need to completely, be flexible and improvise and adapt as things changing. We had an artist drop off the main stage, and we brought in a free Latin night, and Hector Tricoche and Michael Stewart were up there. That show was incredible, and local band Mako Swing, just amazing performances, and all for free.
I'm not sure that I have felt energy like that at the Wind Creek stage. So it was truly electric. We loved it. We need to do more of that, and I can't wait to continue that in the future.
Yeah, so there's lots of ways that the public can participate, just like we're talking about, whether it be those town halls, but membership is certainly a way that helps the festival continue to be free. Can you talk a little bit about how people can learn more about what it means to be an Arts Quest member?
So when you're an Arts Quest member, again, at no matter what level, you get special access, okay? You get early access, you get parking, there's all kinds of great perks. What's so important about it, though, is that I think you can own this festival in a very special way. by investing in Musikfest, you are truly, when you walk around and stroll around and see the free music, you're making that possible. And I'll tell you, the support we had from members last year when we had a virtual Musikfest,
Right.
and you didn't need a parking pass and you didn't need early access to tickets, but that membership support kept rolling in along with the donors and the sponsors, is truly why we are here in person today. And I think it's a testament to this very special community in Bethlehem and beyond that we have an in-person Musikfest.
Well, certainly the community has come out to celebrate this year. I heard before I came on, we're basically sold out of the new 2021
Yes.
Musikfest mugs. There are still like a handful of them here and there. We have some from last year, some of those cool virtual Musikfest mugs, and also some of the original poster art from way back in 2019 when
Yes.
we released it. But I think that just speaks to everyone was ready. We all needed this to come together and kind of celebrate our
Funny little
community.
story about the mugs. Last night at the Zed concert, he puts on quite the spectacle.
Just a little bit.
But we were desperately looking for a light-up mug. He wanted a light-up mug to take on stage, and we couldn't find one for Zed.
We didn't have one.
We did not have one. So unfortunately, he was a little disappointed on that end, but he put on a heck of a show, and it was quite the visual spectacle.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen that much of a pyrotechnic show on the Wind Creek Steel stage before. It was out of this world.
And I think something to mention there too is I want to give a shout out to the law enforcement agencies, our fire department, EMS in Bethlehem and Northampton County, Lehigh County. Last night at Zed, I was up on stage and there was a fireman in full dress when it was 105 degrees
Yeah.
up there, ready to respond to whatever. This is what you don't see behind the scenes.
Right.
The support from those departments has been pretty amazing.
Yeah, absolutely incredible, and the show went off without a hitch. And you mentioned the heat index. It's behind us now. We have the most beautiful weather today and tomorrow to close out the festival with.
It was almost like Mother Nature didn't know Musikfest was happening, so she showed up a little cranky on Tuesday and Wednesday.
A little bit.
But now she's settled in, and she is going to give us 2 beautiful days to close out this festival.
Well, we certainly appreciate the help, Mother Nature. Cassie, I know you've a bazillion things to do this morning, so I don't want to keep you too long. What are you looking forward to the most this last weekend? What are you going to eat? What are you going to see? How are you going to pack as much into these 2 days as possible?
Well, first of all, I'm going to eat everything. It's what I've been doing the last 9 days, and that's worked well for me, so I'm going to continue
shows.
that.
You look great.
Absolutely.
And now I'm fired. I did it to myself, everybody.
You do it like every day, but it's so endearing.
Oh, thanks.
But what I
Thanks.
love to do and what I want to do the next 2 days is just roaming around and talking to volunteers
Yeah.
and talking to people that are coming out. I don't think I've seen a crowd that has been so patient and pleasant and wonderful and excited for this. So to me, while I love the performances, both the free and the paid, the real rock stars to me are the volunteers
Yeah.
and the people that come out to support the festival.
Yeah, amazing. Almost 1,000 people donate their time and their talents to make the festival happen, and they truly run it. We can stand up here and wear the shirts and do all the things that we do, but it's their expertise. So many of them doing it for literally 38 years now.
Yes.
Just an amazing family that puts together the festival every year.
Family is the right word, and being able to see them again in person was huge. When you say that they run it, you've heard me tell this story before. I was literally thrown out of a food and beverage ticket booth years ago because I was mucking up the works, and they knew how to run it better than I did, and that's literally their expertise. They run this festival, and we're lucky to have them.
Well, and we thank them all. And certainly, if you want to become a volunteer, there's 2 days left. There's still time, but also year-round at Steel Stacks and all the Arts Quest programs. You can check that out at artsquest.org/support. All of that great information about membership and volunteering is on that page. Cassie, thank you so much for spending some time with us this morning. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, John, and thank you everyone at home, and a huge final shout out to Service Electric. Wouldn't be here without you. Thank you, guys.
We have 3 channels of coverage here on Service Electric, your exclusive home for Musikfest 2021 coverage. Check out the full schedule at senetwork.tv so you don't miss anything over the next 2 days. But stick around now because we're going to take a short break, but we've got so much more here on our live lead-in show, and of course, the kickoff of the last weekend of Musikfest 2021. Welcome back to our live lead-in show here on Service Electric as we kick off the final weekend of Musikfest 2021. Jon Lunger, joined by my friend, the hilarious, the wonderful, Roya Hamadani. Roya, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
You are doing a comedy show, a free comedy
am.
show at Steel Stacks tonight.
I am. It's at 9:15, and it's going to be inside and air conditioned, so very lovely.
Very
Exciting.
lovely indeed. It's called Roya Hamadani and Friends. It is you, obviously, headlining the show. But tell me about the friends, the other comedians that you brought along under your name.
Under my name. They are but my friends. Well, one of them is Aaliyah Brown. She's a local comic. She's been doing comedy since she was like 13. And she'll be hosting. And then my friend Megan Getz from Philadelphia, who was just in the finals for Philly's Funniest.
Oh, very cool.
She's awesome. And then the last friend is my husband, who I also consider a friend.
Yeah, that's
I think
good.
he's my friend. Yeah, I think he's a good friend. And so he'll be on it. Ian Webster.
The best of friends,
Yeah.
really.
He's,
I would hope.
he is my bestie. I have, yeah. Naked bestie.
Fun. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Sorry.
No, that's okay. I mean, it's nothing if accurate.
It's a show that is inappropriate for children under 12.
Sure. I mean,
not
you know,
bring your. Please don't bring babies.
no babies at the 9:15 comedy show at
Yes.
Musikfest tonight, for sure.
You have to tell people
but
that.
I had a chance to see you perform. Oh my goodness! During the pandemic, actually, at the pop-up outdoor kind of comedy theater that happened at Steel Stacks, it was
Yes,
wonderful.
was.
Some fantastic material. It's been hard though, right? Without
It is.
the ability to kind of get up in front of audiences. Certainly, I feel it. I know you feel it
Yeah.
too. It's been a
Yeah.
tough go with material.
Yeah, it's been hard because like most of the mics became Zoom mics, and the thing about that is you don't get audience reaction as much, and sometimes like someone will be making a sandwich like in the corner, and you're just like watching them make that sandwich and not pay attention to you. And at least when you're at a real open mic, you're not watching them make a sandwich. Like
Right.
you know that they're not paying attention, but it's not as
It's not as aggressively.
Yeah, it's
I
not
don't
as
care
aggressive.
about
Like
you.
I saw a woman make a lasagna. I was more interested
wow.
in what she was doing, frankly, than what I was
Sure.
saying.
Sure.
So,
This kind of calls into question what I had planned tonight. I was going to check out the show, but I was going to make a sandwich. It's just really weird that you brought that up. I didn't think that
well,
was a thing.
I can only see the first 2 rows, so if you're beyond that, you can make whatever you want.
Oh, thank goodness.
You
Thank
could have a
goodness.
barbecue.
Oh, it's indoors. I don't think we're going to be
Maybe
cooking
not.
anything for
Electric
sure.
grill, foreman. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we could do it like a college dorm, right? We get a hot plate, make some ramen noodles, watch some free comedy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that these shows are happening. You've participated in the past at Comedy Plots, something we weren't able to turn around on the quick time frame of the festival this year. So to be able to do it at Steel Stacks, to do it in the air conditioning, is a really wonderful way to keep the tradition alive.
Yeah, definitely. I was very excited to see that there were going to be 4 of those shows, and also improv shows and improvised stand-up. It was a great idea, I think, to have those at the end of the night when people are tired and they want to maybe go
Yeah.
sit down, but not be too tired to laugh. Awake
no.
enough for that.
It's true.
Yes.
So, I mean, obviously you've performed at the festival before, as I mentioned. What's a Musikfest crowd like for a comedy show?
They're always such a great crowd.
Yeah?
I mean, they're in a great mood. They didn't come to Musikfest to be sad or angry.
That's true. That
They're
is true.
usually, they've got their mugs. They're, for the most part, very well behaved. They're at that nice stage of like, I'm loosened up, and I'm not going to shout at you the whole time like, hey, you're doing great, which we don't like. Please don't do that.
Right. Well, I mean, the encouragement, I guess,
Yeah.
is wonderful, but still,
Yeah, just not at that.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
doesn't really work.
More like do it mentally and laugh and clap. But yeah, so it's a nice crowd. It always is. And we used to do like a family-friendly one and then a regular one, and we're not doing that. And so that makes it a lot easier for me because I'm just having trouble not cursing right now.
You're doing a great job. You did bring
Thank
up your
you.
naked husband a little bit
I
earlier.
did. And then I thought,
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, it's okay. It's all right. You are married. That's wonderful.
I am, yeah. He's made an honest woman of me.
Oh, finally.
Finally. I was very
Finally.
dishonest for a very long time.
Yeah, I mean, this is a hack question, but what's it like to be married to another comedian?
Well, we make each other laugh a lot.
That's good.
Like, because honestly, if you can't make your husband laugh and you're a comic and vice versa, it's not going to work, really.
Right.
So I guess that's part of the way I married him, is the sense of humor. Found him at an open mic. Worst place to find a husband, but I did. Found a really good one
He was
there.
actually making a lasagna sandwich in the back of
Yes.
the open mic.
Yes.
And you locked eyes and you were like, feed me, please.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, it's a famous story. Roya, I'm looking forward to the show. I'm glad comedy's
Aw.
here. But you obviously are a Musikfest fan. You were willing to come down here and come on TV to talk about it. So you got 2 days of Musikfest left. Other than your show, what are you doing?
Well, my sister and her whole family came down, so we're going to walk around, we're going to eat stuff. I just took her around and she took a screenshot of all the things you can deep fry.
Yeah, you can deep fry anything.
Amazed. She was amazed. Like every year we learn about new things that can be deep fried, and I was stunned by the originality. So I'm definitely going to try something.
My new deep fried obsession over at T-Mobile Plaza Tropical, you can get a deep fried Reese's peanut butter cup.
Ooh, that sounds real good.
It is.
That sounds real good.
And everybody knows that's watching. I love to make the joke that I love it, but my family care provider does not love it. She will be talking to me after Musikfest is over. But rightfully so. I deserve it.
Yeah.
I can't handle her judgment. My doctor is wonderful, but she really lays it on thick, and I feel like I disappoint her constantly.
Well, I mean, Musikfest is the place to disappoint doctors. I think there's some intent somewhere just going.
Yeah, I actually that's our tagline in terms of body mass index for me at least.
Right. What's the best food at the other site
at Steel Stacks? That's a great question. There's a lot of good food. I'm gonna go healthy for you. I'm gonna surprise everybody because I just got done talking about deep fried candy bars, right? One of my go-tos in the heat of Musikfest when I need a quick bite that I want it to really like hold me over because I have to work and I won't be able to eat for a while. I go to the Van Pelt Hot Dog Company.
Oh.
They have a vegan Frankfurter that they top with this really fresh summer slaw that they dress with a Dijon red wine vinaigrette, and they put sprouts on top of it.
It's amazing.
It's so good. It's so, like, I'm an omnivore, right? Like, I mean, carnivore, really. But, like, it's so good. It's so savory. It's not trying to be a hot dog. It's a delicious sandwich in its own. But the crunch of that slaw and the acidity from that dressing.
You're winning me over.
I've had 5 of them this year.
Wow, you are amazing.
Well, I'm here every day.
I want to just, you're amazing.
Okay. I mean, I feel like you set the bar very low. But that's okay because I am an unimpressive white man and I will step right over that.
Well, this is very exciting because my sister and her husband both vegan and her best friend all here vegan, and I was just like, I'm not sure what's going to happen, and now I know what to do.
Yeah, I got another tip for you. One other tip because we were talking about we have more vegan options this year at the festival than ever. Also on the south side, right down the street from Van Pelt Hot Dog Company, Bull and Bear. It's a Greek restaurant. They have a vegan gyro.
What?
Right? So like the main gyro meats replacement is this amazing blend of seasoned chickpeas.
Oh wow!
On the pita with all that goodness. It's very, very, very good.
Well, see, this is excellent because sometimes when you're out in the heat, you don't want to eat something too heavy.
Sure.
Especially if you're going to perform. I don't want to be up there like, hi. Okay.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah, we don't want that either.
No.
We do not want that either.
No.
No. Good times.
Yeah.
Good times. I feel like this was just personal time for you and I to catch up.
It is, and I love that.
Yeah, the show is an afterthought at this point. We love you all for tuning in. Of course, the live lead-in show is a tradition that we started a few years ago, and for some reason they still let me do it. I appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody for tuning in. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. How you doing? Let's get caught up. No? I can't thank you enough for finding the time, though.
Thank
I know
you so much.
there's a lot of time between now and your show, so you get to spend some quality time with the family. I love, there's not a lot of festivals like Musikfest where like really community and family are so much a part of the equation.
Yeah.
We talk about it a lot. You'll see it when Festplots kicks back up here. We've got 3, sometimes 4 generations of festers coming together to do polka and eat and do all of those wonderful things. And it just, you think of other commercialized festivals around the country and you just can't imagine. Could you imagine going to like a concert in the middle of the desert with your grandmother? Like, it just doesn't, it's not a thing you can do, but it is part of the tradition and what makes this so special. And so I love that you have that going on today.
Yeah,
That's wonderful.
I'm very excited that they're here. It's been a dream of mine to get them here during Musikfest, so
very
pretty
cool.
awesome.
Well, this is Roya Hamadani. You can see her tonight live, 9:15 at the Arts Quest Center at Steel Stacks in the air conditioning. Part of our free comedy shows happening at Musikfest. Roya Hamadani and Friends. You're not going to want to miss it. We've been turning people away at the door. There is a set number of people that can get into that room, so make sure you get there early, get your seat, and laugh your butt off at Musikfest. Roya, thank you so much.
Thank you. It's so good to see you.
Oh, it's good to be seen, and it's good to be seen by all of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't go anywhere. Stick around. We have more of our live lead-in show here on Service Electric as Musikfest is getting ready to kick off its final weekend of the year. Good morning, party people. Welcome back. It is our live lead-in show to Musikfest 2021 under the bridge at Wells Fargo Festplatz. We're going to kick off at noon for the final 2 days of Musikfest 2021. I'm Jon Lunger, and joined by Neville Gardner, the owner of the Red Stag Pub in Donegal Square.
Hi, John. How are you?
Hello. Thank you for making it out. We appreciate you having you here.
Yeah.
The Red Stag is amazing. We were talking during the break. Your wings are my favorite wings in the entire Lehigh Valley.
Well, that's
They're
good,
grilled to perfection, and that Guinness mustard sauce is my go-to.
Yeah. Our general manager and chef, Jill Oman, it was kind of her. She helped us invent those wings.
Awesome.
So there's a Jameson barbecue sauce as well, which is really good.
Shut up! I didn't know that. You've been holding out on me.
Yeah, it's a good choice too. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, for those that don't know, first of all, shame on you. But second of all, the Red Stag is located right off of Main Street, right behind Donegal Square, your amazing store, right kind of in between Liederplatz and Main Street here at Musikfest.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect way to get out of the heat, get a drink, get some food, and certainly enjoy that fabulous, incredible whiskey bar that you have there.
Yeah. It's actually Donegal Square. It's our 35th. We started a year after Musikfest. So I think is this 36 Musikfest
This is
year?
38.
38. So it's our 37th Musikfest then.
Yeah, no, we're all now realizing the sense of our own mortality as we
it's
say that out
crazy.
loud, right, Neville?
Yeah. Red Stag, whenever we changed it from Granny McCarthy's Tea Room to the pub, like 7 years ago, of course, having Liederplatz right next to us has been very helpful. Brought a lot of people in to find, which is always the thing, finding us. Once they find us, they usually want to come back.
Well, and it's so perfect too for those that haven't ventured out. You've got the parking garage right there.
We do.
So it's super easy to come down. Just leave your car in the garage, walk right down, enjoy a beautiful afternoon. And your brunches are legendary.
Yeah. So we used to do a traditional Irish breakfast actually at a bunch of festivals before we opened even the restaurant, and so we still do that traditional breakfast with the real Irish bacon and pork sausages and black pudding. So it's a very traditional, but we have some other versions of the breakfast thing as well. And then, of course, we step into our cuisine as a mix of very traditional Irish and Scottish foods, but also some more contemporary stuff. I mean, the wings would be a more contemporary twist.
For sure.
And then all our homemade desserts. And, of course, you can't forget to say that you can get a really good pint of Guinness.
A very, very good. Poured properly, which makes all the difference in the world.
Yeah.
People don't realize how much it matters, but it does.
It's supposed to take 119.5 seconds to pour a really good pint of Guinness.
My goodness. Well, we have to get started here because Musikfest is about to kick off. But before we do, how can people learn more about Red Stag Pub?
RedStagPub.com, RedStagPub.com, or DonegalSquare.com. Either one will lead you to everything that we're doing. So.
And of course, stop down this weekend and see it yourself while you're at Musikfest. That's the best way to do it. Neville, thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
RedStagPub.com.
Yeah.
Check it out. Meet me there at the whiskey bar. But for now, just kick your feet up, because we're about to get Musikfest started.
All right.
We got some polka behind us about to start. We've got the entire festival, 3 channels of coverage, senetwork.tv. I'm Jon Lunger. That's Neville Gardner. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you at the fest, and we'll see you at the Red Stag.
Thanks, John.
Yeah.